Let's start with honesty. When someone breaks your heart, the first emotion isn't wisdom, it's chaos. You don't suddenly want inner peace. You don't want growth. You don't want a lesson. You want answers, justice, receipts. You want to know how someone can switch like that. One day he's warm, present, affectionate, talking about the future like it's already happening. The next day, emotionally unavailable, busy, confused, just needs space. Space from what? From the relationship he created? And suddenly you are sitting there thinking, did I imagine everything? Was I too much? Was I not enough? And let me say this clearly, because someone needs to hear it. If love makes you feel like you have to disappear to be kept, that was never love. That was tension. And tension can feel addictive, can feel intense, can feel like chemistry. And tension, it's not safety and it's not love. Here is what most people don't explain. When someone breaks your heart, they don't just hurt your feelings. They activate your attachment system. Your nerve system goes into survival mode. Fix it, save it, restore connection. That's why you suddenly want to text, explain, clarify, have one last conversation. You know the one, I'm not trying to argue, I just want to understand message, which is basically emotional nudity without consent. And listen, if you've done it before, you are not weak, you are human. Your nerve system was dysregulated. But here is the uncomfortable truth. You cannot heal in the same place you keep bleeding. And you cannot regulate your nerve system by chasing someone else's emotional availability. Now, let's talk about ego. Because the title says break his ego. And people immediately think that this is about the revenge. But real ego damage doesn't come from anger. It comes from irrelevance. A man's ego is not shaken when you cry. A man's ego, it's not shaken when you explain. A man's ego, it's not even shaken when you get angry. Because reaction still tells him, I matter, I affect you, I'm important. And here is the part most people don't expect. Most men who pull away expect one of two things: drama or distance followed by return. They expect you to leave emotionally, but stay energetically. They don't expect a calm self-respect. They don't expect silence that isn't punishment, but closure. And when that happens, they get confused. Not because you play the game, but you stopped playing theirs. You know that moment when you don't text, and suddenly your phone feels heavier. Like, why this rectangle have so much emotional power over my life? That's not weakness, that's a withdrawal. Your nerve system is detoxing from emotional caffeine. Uncomfortable? Yes. Healing? Yes. Now, let's talk about sex, because this is where people get confused. Sex isn't just physical, it's neurological. Oxytocin, bonding, attachment. For emotionally available people, sex deepens intimacy. For emotionally avoidant people, sex creates closeness, and closeness triggers fear. They enjoy desire, they enjoy chemistry, they enjoy intensity. But when intimacy turns into presence, consistency and responsibility, their system panic and they pull away. So if you ever thought, why did he feel so close and then disappear? Let me free you from that question. It's not because you were not enough. It's because intimacy touched something unresolved in him. You didn't scare him away by being too much. You touched something real. And instead of staying present, he ran. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of his capacity. Now, here is where the shift begins. The moment you stop reacting, something changes. Not in him first, in you. Because when you stop reacting, you interrupt a pattern that may have been running your entire life. The pattern of chasing love, of over-explaining, of over-shrinking yourself to be understood, of mistaking anxiety for connection. And this is where healing is misunderstood. Healing, it's not becoming cold. Healing, it's not becoming indifferent. Healing is definitely not pretending you didn't care. Healing, it's becoming regulated. It's when your nerve system finally realizes I'm safe without his validation. And that moment, that's when you regain your power. Because power was never about controlling him. It was about controlling your response. Here is something important. And it might sting a little. Heartbreak hurts so deeply not because someone left, but because their leaving activated a fear that was already there. Fear of being replaced, fear of being not chosen, fear of being not enough when someone sees you fully. Heartbreak doesn't create wounds, it reveals them. And once you see that, you stop turning pain into identity. And you stop saying, I'm broken. And you start saying, something in me is asking to be healed. That's maturity, that's growth, and that's strength. Now, here's the phase people don't warn you about. The quiet phase. The drama is gone. The adrenaline is gone. The obsession fades. And suddenly, you feel empty. Not sad, not angry, just quiet. And people panic here. They think, did I lose my spark? Did I lose my capacity to love? Why does peace feel boring? Let me normalize it. You're not numb, you are detoxing. Your body learned love through chaos, through unpredictability, and through emotional spikes. So calm can feel unfamiliar at first. But unfamiliar does not mean wrong. It means your system is stabilizing. And in that stability, something powerful happens. You start hearing yourself again. Your intuition, your preferences, your boundaries. You realize how much energy you are spending monitoring moods, anticipating withdrawal, adjusting yourself to be chosen. As the energy returns, your life reorganizes, your energy raises, your tolerance for inconsistency drops. Not because you became bitter, but because you became self-respecting. And this is where you become unstoppable. Not loud, not performative, not look how unbothered I am, but grounded, selective, present. And selective people are powerful. Here is the paradox. When you truly heal, you don't want revenge, because revenge requires attachment. What you feel instead, it's something quieter, much stronger, and nothing breaks an ego more than realizing it was not a center of your becoming, that you didn't collapse, that you didn't harden, that you didn't stop loving life, that you continued. So if you are watching this right now with heavy chest and tired eyes, hear this. You didn't lose the relationship. You lost the illusion of who you hoped they would become. And what you gained, if you allow it, is self-trust, discernment, and self-authority. One day, you will look at the version of yourself and realize that heartbreak didn't weaken you. It initiated you into higher standards. And that is how you break an ego. Not by becoming bitter, not by becoming closed, but by becoming whole.